Hi, readers. This is Mr. Paris coming to you for our last weekly lunchtime read aloud. I hope you've all enjoyed our read alouds that we've done every single week as much as I have. As you all know by now, I love reading stories to kids, but also I'm finding that I really love reading stories to adults. I've had a lot of adults reach out and say that they've liked listening to the stories, which brings me a lot of joy. So speaking of joy, I want to talk about the book that I'm reading today. You know, today we're celebrating Juneteenth, and I wanted to pick a book from the Dedham Public Schools Black Lives Matter bookshelves that I sent out to Riverdale families earlier today. And I'll also post on Facebook. So I looked at those bookshelves and decided, all right, I'm going to read a book in that. So I looked at a bunch of different bookshelves, and I decided that I was going to read a book from the bookshelf about joy, because today is a joyous day, celebrating the day that commemorates when slavery was abolished from the United States. That's a joyous occasion. So we should read a book about joy. So today's book is actually by the same author that wrote last week's book, and that is Peter Reynolds, and he wrote a book called The Word Collector. And the character Jerome in here has such joy in the words that he collects and ultimately shares with people. So while I'm reading this book, I want you to think about what brings you joy in your life, and think about how when you do things for others, it can bring you joy as well, because Jerome does something really great for the people in this book. So here is The Word Collector by Peter Reynolds. Collectors collect things. Some people collect stamps. Some people collect coins. Others collect rocks. Some collect art. Some collect bugs. Others collect baseball cards. Some people collect comics books. And Jerome, what did he collect? Jerome collected words. He collected words he heard. My trip to Peru was perfectly pleasant. Certain words caught his attention. He collected words he saw. Certain words jumped out at him. He must really like that word willow. He collected words he read. Certain words popped off the page. Short and sweet words like spark, bloom, drift, dream. Two-syllable treats, treasure, motif, whisper, candid, hover, glimmer. And multi-syllable words that sounded like little songs, geometry, guacamole, kaleidoscope, wonderful symphony. They were words he did not know the meaning of at first, but they were marvelous to say. Aromatic, vociferous, effervescent. They were words whose sounds were perfectly suited to their meaning. Molasses, torrential, Tyrannosaurus Rex, smudge, bellow. Jerome filled his scrapbooks with more and more of his favorite words. Jerome's collections grew. He began organizing them. Dreamy, science, sad, action, poetic. One day, while transporting them, Jerome slipped and his words went flying. Whoa, look at all those words. As he began to pick them up, he noticed his collections had become jumbled. Big words next to little words, sad words next to dreamy words. Jerome began stringing words together. Whisper, symphony, electric, peace. Savor, dreams, cascading, stars. Words he had not imagined being side by side. He used his words to write poems. He used his poems to make songs. They moved, they delighted. Ooh, I love those words. Some of his simplest words were his most powerful. I understand. I'm sorry. Thank you. You matter. Jerome eagerly collected more and more of his favorite words. I love that word, eagerly. I'm going to read that again. Jerome eagerly collected more and more of his favorite words. The more words he knew, the more clearly he could share with the world what he was thinking, feeling, and dreaming. One breezy afternoon, Jerome climbed the highest hill, pulling a wagon packed with his word collection. He smiled as he emptied his collection of words into the wind. He saw children in the valley below, scurrying about, collecting words from the breeze. Look how excited they are. Jerome had no words to describe how happy that made him. I'm thinking of a word, that word joy, but look how happy he is. I'd also use the word content, maybe. And here's a note from Peter Reynolds at the end. Reach for your own words. Tell the world who you are and how you will make it better. So that is The Word Collector by Peter Reynolds. Again, I hope you've enjoyed doing our read alouds each week, and maybe we can think about doing these read alouds next school year as well. Have a great summer. You all did a great job this year, whether you're a parent, a caregiver, a brother, a sister, a student. You've all been working really hard. So now go enjoy a well-deserved break. Have a great day, a great weekend, and a great summer.